G'day guys, welcome back. On this video, we are going to get the body of the VS into colour. So the last video, we left it at the air sanding process with 500 grit on the sander. Since then, I've 800 wet and dried all the edges, gone over every panel, checked it out, made sure that there was nothing that I'd missed. It's always good just to double check things. So it's all been 800'd. It's ready to start masking. I've cleaned all the door jambs, the engine bay, basically anywhere where I'm going to mask, I've wiped it all out. So I haven't given the car a full detail or anything. That'll come after it's painted, but I'll flip the camera around and give you a bit of a look at it and do a bit of a run through, just basically what I've done and how I've got it ready. So with that said, let's get into it. Okay, so a quick run through. So the whole car, I've 800'd all the edges, every edge of the door, all that's got to be rubbed. Basically, when you rub your hand around all your edges and things like that, you want it to be smooth. You don't want to feel anything rough because that will reflect in the paint. So then, after I've rubbed it all, what I like to do is I like to get a bucket of hot water and a chamois or a microfiber towel is what I like to use. And then basically what I do is anywhere where I'm going to mask, so all these edges, all around the bottom, things like that, I like to wipe it all out. So same in the doors, I wipe all the backs of the doors right along the bottom as well. All in the jams I wipe out. So basically everywhere, just give it a clean out, all the backs of the doors. So basically what that's for, number one, because I've wet rubbed it, you're going to have rubbing down water and stains and all that kind of thing. So number one, you're getting rid of those. Number two, you're getting rid of any dirt or any crap that's in there that your tape isn't going to stick to, so you want to get that out. And number three, it eliminates the chance or gives you a better chance of when you're painting, you're not going to have any dust or crap blowing out the gaps. Even though it's masked, there's still always a little chance that something might get out with the air pressure. So that's why I like to do that. So after that, what I like to do is I use microfiber towels again and Prepsol, wax and grease remover, however you know it, and Prepsol everywhere where you're going to apply tape. So then it's all clean. It's ready to go. So I've done all that. These joins here, I've put fresh sealer. So they've got fresh sealer in them. A couple little spots that I initially missed, so I've fixed those up. So doors, jams, all done. So now we are ready to start masking. So I'll throw it into a time lapse and we'll get stuck into it. All right, so now we're in the booth. Car's ready to paint. I've gone ahead and prep sold the car down again, and everything looks nice. So what I'll go ahead and do now is run over it with a tack rag, just to further, get off any dust or anything that's on there that I don't want on there, and then we'll be able to start painting. So I'm going to try and film this the best that I can. My booth is a little on the smaller side. It's not a full size booth, so hopefully the camera's going to be in a good enough spot where you're going to be able to see exactly what I'm doing here. But we'll see how we go. But it's time to get into it. Right, so I've done the old switcheroo and moved the camera to the opposite corner because my airline was going to grab it and over she was going to go. So I've swapped corners. My air pressure regulator has decided to call it quits, so that's why I'm constantly checking the air pressure on the gun. So if you're wondering why I was always checking, that's the reason for that. So I've got to get that sorted out. But just had a little suicide bomber there jump into the paint. One of the joys, so pluck him out and keep cracking. Alright, so I've got clear in the gun, now we're ready to clear it and finish it out, so it's all dry, ready to go, so let's get on to it. Well, it's been a pretty big day, but we're done. So I guess the only thing left to do now is flip it around and give you guys a bit of a look at it and see how it's come up. So yeah, let's have a look at it. Right, so the VS is all painted, well, body is anyway. So all we've got left to do now is the boot lid, the bumper bars and the door handles, and then we're all done. So it's come up pretty nice. I mean, we've got a little suicide bomber there he'll pluck off. He's only on the top. But yeah, I mean, all we'll need to do is a bit of a denib and a polish, and it'll be good to go. So it's come up pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. A couple little bits of dust in it, but you know, you get that on the big jobs. So it's just good to see this thing in colour. The owner of the car, Jake, he's had it for a long time, and it's just sat in the shed, you know, waiting to be painted. It was going to get painted years ago, but for whatever reason it didn't. And he brought it to me to finally get it painted. So I'm pretty happy that I could just, you know, play a part in it and get it done for him, and finally have his car painted after waiting. I mean, it'd probably nearly be 10 years, I'm not quite sure, but hopefully he's happy with it. So that's the VS all painted. So the next video will be, I'll probably do a video on doing the bars and the boot lid, probably. And then I think Jake's going to come over and put the bars on, put the headlights in, we'll swap the boot over, and we'll be able to have a look at it all complete and painted, and hopefully there's a bit of sun, because this colour is absolutely beautiful when the sun's on it. That green pearl just really comes out of it. So until then, we'll leave it at that, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.